Hi students, in this tutorial I'm going to go ahead and talk about if statements in C#. So let's create a new project. At the top just click on File, New, and then click on Project. So here it's going to actually open a window here for us so that we can actually start choosing a template for our application. So choose Templates, Visual C#, Windows, and then choose Console Application. As you can see, it is Visual C#, right? So the name of our project is going to be if statements in C#. So now you can specify the location of your project and the solution name. So make sure to create a directory for the solution and then click on create. So now it's gonna actually create the project for us. So let's wait a little bit here. And now as you can see, the project is created. The namespace is if statements in C#. The class is program. And this is the main method, which is going to be the entry point for our application. So let's go inside this main method. Let's go inside the curly braces of this main method here. And now let's create a variable of type integer. So here I can say int, and the name of my variable is going to be, for example, number, or for example, first number, semicolon. So here I just declared this variable. The data type of this variable is integer. So this means that this variable can only accept values of type integers. And you can see that the name is first number. So let's declare another variable here, int second number, semicolon. So again, we have another variable and the data type is integer. The name is second number. So let's now let's initialize these variables that we declared here. So first of all, let's actually just prompt the user to enter a value. So here I can say console.writeLine, and inside the parentheses I can put two quotes, and inside the quotes I can say please enter first integer value, colon, and then put a semicolon at the end of your statement. So as you can see, I actually created a space here, so we don't need that. And now I can actually refer to the name of this first number variable. So first number assignment operator, and here I can actually say console.readLine. So this is actually a method, right? So we must put a pair of parentheses at the end of our method name and then semicolon. So as you can see, we have an error, and this means that we cannot assign a value that is of type string to a variable that is of type integer. This readLine method is going to actually return a value that is of type string. So we need to convert that value to an integer value. So after this assignment operator, I can say int dot parse. So as you can see, I actually need to write it again. So int dot parse. So this parse method needs to be started with the capital P. So now I need to actually put this value inside the parentheses, this console.readLine here. So now it's gonna convert that string value to an integer value, and it's gonna assign it to this first number. So it's very important that the user actually enters an integer value here so that it can be converted to an integer value by this parse method, and then it can be assigned to this first number. Otherwise, our application is going to crash. So you have already seen an example about that. So later I am going to talk about actually exception handling in C#. Don't worry about that. So let's actually prompt the user again to enter another integer value. So here I can say console. And by the way, if you want to actually use the autocomplete feature of Visual Studio, for example, you just need to write the first two characters of the class or method name, and then hold the control key on your keyboard down, and then press on space key on your keyboard. So now it's going to actually open this window here for us so that we can actually choose from these features, from these options that the Visual Studio is going to offer to us. So I want to choose console and then press on enter key on your keyboard, and then write line, and now inside the parentheses I can put two quotes, and here I can say please enter second integer number, colon, and then I need to put a semicolon at the end of my